McKenna's office. It's August 9th, 2019. We've been here since, our appointment was at 10:30. It's now 11:25, and I've yet to see the doctor himself, just the practitioner, his assistant. And so now that I've raised concerns on a lot of issues, they are waiting to get a hold of Dr. Wishengrad, the gastroenterologist, for which is waiting to hear from Dr. McKenna all these months to determine what the plan is for me to go forward. So now, and unfortunately Dr. Wishengrad is in surgery, so I'm sitting here waiting for Dr. Wishengrad to finish the surgery so that Dr. McKenna can talk to Wishengrad so they can come up with a plan that should have been done months ago. But there's a lot of issues here, and the fact that my insurance was dropped yesterday because of this physician, Dr. McKenna. They went by his notes in January that said that I can't lift heavy things and stuff, but that doesn't match any of the other physicians' notes that say I can't work in any environment under this condition. It's not that I can't physically do anything. Of course I can physically do things. It just aggravates the situation is all. It's not that I'm incapable. I'm not wheelchair bound or missing limbs or, decapitated or whatever. Give me a fucking break. I'm functional. It's just that the condition itself is extremely intrusive to any environment. And that's why I worked 10 months into this condition in this hospital, in their surgery department with this doctor. And they just couldn't deal with it anymore. And this is what's going to happen with any employer. First of all, I would have to disclose it when I apply, and they will say, why would they choose somebody with this condition when they can just get a normal person without any issues? So they're fooling themselves to think that I can just go out and get a job, because you have to kind of disclose these things. You can't just surprise them suddenly with a condition. They're going to probably tolerate it for a little while too, and then I go from job to job to job. I mean, is that right? Is that fair? No, but in the meantime now I have no income because of this doctor, Dr. McKenna, dropping the ball. There's a lot of contacts I tried to make to prevent this from happening in the first place, starting in April of this year. I can show you. So I sent a certified letter in April 9th, concerned that actually MetLife was asking him, Dr. McKenna and Dr. Wishengrad, for clarification on my condition. They were asking for that, a clarification. Here it is. And so I'm just following directions of MetLife. They were concerned because their notes were not matching, so they needed clarification. So I sent a certified letter. Then I called to follow up. I can't find anything. So unless I displace it, I can never find it again. 50 pages. Then I called them on April 22nd, May 9th, May 14th, June 4th, August 7th, where I had to actually make this appointment to get any attention. And then I sent an email, and I included Carol O'Day, who's actually the patient advocate if you're having issues with physicians in the hospital. So I attached her name to it, hoping that might get a response. Zero response. So I have to make an appointment, spend this money just to come in here and get them to do what I've been asking them to do for the last 4 or 5 months. And in the meantime, now I've been dropped from insurance because of this doctor. I have no plan of action because the Dr. Wishengrad, who was referred to by Dr. McKenna here, is waiting for them to confer before they can proceed forward, because they're both working on my case together. So now they're backpedaling, and now they want me to wait here until Dr. Wishengrad is out of surgery so that they can now come up with a plan, suddenly come up with a plan for me. That's just not good enough anymore. I'm sorry. There's a lot of issues here, and they dropped the ball in many areas of that. Neglect, as far as I'm concerned, this is on the borderline and possibly malpractice. To ignore a patient like that, I sent them a certified letter, which they just made a copy of, which expressed my concern that this is going to happen, and that I need clarification of my condition so that MetLife is better informed. And of course, they took his medical notes over any of the other physicians who said I cannot work in any environment under this condition. And that's a problem. You got a big problem here. So I thankfully some friends have cooked me up with an attorney that I'll speak to after this appointment, because I need to appeal this anyway. And I hope that they'll give me a letter to help me get the insurance back on track, or I'm kind of telling them that they need to get this income back and on track until we can figure out my condition. There's just a lot of issues here, and it's all because of this doctor in this room. They dropped the ball, and now my life and my partner's life are suffering greatly because of their neglect. So, I mean, I've done everything that I can do, everything I'm expected to do. If MetLife wanted information, I sent it out to the doctors that they required more clarification on. One gave me a letter, and one ignored me. Literally ignored me. That was April. I have not heard from them. I had to come into this appointment, like I said, just to get their attention. And no patient should have to make an appointment after phone calls and letters and certified letters and emails just to get a letter from the doctor. It doesn't require an appointment to do this. In the meantime, Dr. Wishingrad has yet to provide any plans, because he's not been able to get Dr. McKenna on the phone either. But now they're rushing to get him on the phone so they can proceed forward with a plan for my condition.